Based on surveillance video, police believe the suspect spent about 9 minutes inside the home. They got back into their car and took off from the scene. But detectives, they just could not get a clear reading of the license plate, so they're hoping the community can help. That blaze was so intense that it not only spread over to this building, but also into the grass, and you can see just how charred it is. And this surveillance camera caught every moment from that suspect walking up to lighting the fire. There's a lot of layers to this story. So the older brother, who was 27, he called police to let them know his 25-year-old brother was having a manic episode. He says Max Van Sickle put a knife to his neck and things just escalated quickly. From my view looking over the embankment, it doesn't look like too far of a drop, but in fact, it's 100 feet down to the river, so it would be terrifying if you fell down it or even had to climb it. They took 35 sample precincts, and so far around 4 o'clock, there have been 17,681 folks that have cast their ballot this year, way ahead of 2020, which you can see that 14,207. But look at 2016, 17,933. So 2016 is looking very similar to 2024 in terms of the voter turnout. Detectives say they were able to find Jackie's body after Joe confessed. In fact, he was able to point them to the exact location on their DeKalb property for the sheriff's office to dig. There was a small police presence outside of the Rogers family home today. There were members of that dive team. Also, there was a raft and an ATV, and officers were just looking at the area, just hoping to look for anything that could lead to Sebastian. You hear so many people talking now, I can't afford groceries, or I got 12 items and it's $100. So what is driving these prices up? These are your family, these are your friends, these are your neighbors.
My parents live here, my brother lives here.
Thompson found out during our interview just how fast detectives say the driver was going.
We found out he was doing 82 and a 40.
Oh my God.
This is what the cicada will look like when it's ready to start flying, and that guy won't go very far. In fact, it will stay within 100 meters from where it hatched. I'm just gonna send a challenge out to everyone to bring out that inner kid and maybe, I don't know, make a snow angel. It's a lot of fun out here in this fluffy stuff, so I wanna send that challenge over to Carrie and Rory. Wildlife is taking full advantage of washed out roads and flooded fields. On a normal day, the sounds of nature might bring a sense of calm. But for the community of Fieldstone Village Apartments on Dunlop Lane, that calm is quickly fading as the floodwaters linger.
I've never been stuck like this.
High waters kept us from reaching them on the ground.
This is what we're dealing with right now.
So Sky 5 hovered above as residents pleaded for help.
He's right above us, right there.
Right now, these community members don't want to risk their vehicles by driving through flooded streets,
We had a lot of failed attempts with regular vehicles.
which has left them stranded and running low on supplies like water and food.
This is our apartment complex. It's called Fieldstone Village. And then behind us is called the Reserve at Kirkwood, and they're all flooded over there. And then right across from us is a church, and they're all flooded over there as well.
They've been dealing with all the water for 4 days, but the positivity among them has created a ripple effect.
She said she finna go to church. Nothing's gonna keep her from God, and she gonna pray for us.
This video shows neighbors cheering as one of their own made her way across the flooded street to make it to church.
Lord help her. We trying to tell her.
Lord, she's trying to get to you.
Their uplifting spirits are helping them push through
Wade in that water, baby.
a difficult situation.
Hey, she made it!
We can use each other, like if somebody needs some tissue or some water.
As the water slowly recedes, some residents trapped between flooded streets are taking risks to get out.
Show that.
My first time exiting out.
But for those with no way out,
I just did it. You know? Nice and steady. You be safe.
hope remains that help will come soon.
We need help right now because we're stuck and we can't get out of here. Somebody can come back here and at least assist us.
In Montgomery County, Aaron Cantrell, News Channel 5. Francisco Echo Ancha's family is coming together to mourn after he was shot and killed over the weekend.
Él venía del trabajo.
He was coming back at home from work,
and he was with a friend.
Jose Kolchuk is translating for the family, who predominantly speak Spanish. Francisco's wife, Consuelo Popchik, says she was waiting for Francisco to come home when she found out he was hurt.
Pues ahorita la familia está devastado por la pérdida de mi primo.
It's been hard for the family, except for the mom, because he left 5 little kids, and it's not fair that they did that to him.
According to police, Francisco was hanging outside with a friend at his apartment around midnight on Sunday when 4 men robbed them. Police say Francisco fought back and was shot in the stomach. They also shoved his friend to the ground, threatening to kill him. Metro Police say those suspects took Francisco's cash, his wallet, his IDs, and they left him for dead. Francisco was taken to the hospital, but died from his injuries. His sister Reina Otilia Echo Anch is completely gutted.
She was saying that it was not fair to them that they killed my brother. I want justice for them. I will need your help to find the guy who killed them.
The family is struggling to sleep at night and are worried about the bills because Francisco was the provider of the family through his paint company.
He worked, he take care of all his family. He's the good person.
They're hoping the cameras at the apartment help police solve the case.
It was like a surprise for us because we were not expecting this happen.
So they can get justice.
Porque ella necesita más apoyo de la comunidad por los niños.
We want the community to help us and help the kids as well.
In Nashville, Aaron Cantrell, News Channel 5. Austin's family recalls him as a gentle giant whose big heart and big smile matched his larger-than-life presence.
Austin was probably the sweetest kid I've ever met.
Austin David's family is left feeling traumatized after their loved one's body was recovered from I-40 near the airport Tuesday morning. Metro officers located Austin's body at 11:15 that morning, but said he could have been struck as early as 2. Metro Police confirm a woman did call 911 saying she saw someone on the interstate at exit 219 just before a man reported hitting a deer. I spoke to her on the phone. She wants to remain anonymous.
The car in front of us ran over something. It was like a speed bump. And we veered over to the left. And anyway, I looked, and there's where there was a body in the road.
She was on the way home from the airport a little before 2 a.m.
Condolences to his family and all. And people do care. And gosh, I do not know what to say, but I'm just terribly sorry.
New details in the investigation has led to the homicide unit joining forces with the fatal crash team. This comes after they impounded a damaged truck from this Hermitage apartment complex. Austin's family sharing these photos of it. Austin's stepdad, Harrison Reed, says someone pointed the family to the truck. So when you saw that it had that damage to it, what ran through your mind?
That this guy just mutilated our son.
They're counting on detectives to get to the bottom of this investigation. Reed hopes police can figure out what happened to his stepson and why his body was left on the interstate.
At this point, they're the resource. We can't make an arrest. We can't bring somebody to trial. They're going to have to do their due diligence and collect their evidence, get their information, get their ducks in a row, and nail this guy.
In Nashville, Aaron Cantrell, News Channel 5.
Miss Beverly! How you doing, Miss Beverly? Hi, baby. Okay, how you doing? You good? Good, baby. It's good to see you.
For the people of J.C. Napier Homes,
what's up now?
When Sterling Wright comes around, he can easily turn a dull day into a bright one.
Hey, Marilyn. What's up, y'all?
This is my hero right here.
This is my baby right here. She my mom.
Yeah, you got me on TV.
Yeah.
J.C. Napier is where Sterling grew up, and the people in it made him the man he is today.
Bird is one of the dudes saved me from getting in trouble.
That was my little brother.
I had to take him through hell night. I'm sorry for what I did to him, but it made him a better man.
Despite going on to whipping up 5-star dishes in top restaurants and competing on a cooking reality show,
If it weren't for me, he would have never been on Hell's Kitchen.
he's never forgotten
I be here Saturday.
about the people he calls family.
Whatever he do for you, he ain't looking for nothing in return. He do it from his heart.
Sterling is gearing up to spread more love this Saturday with his partner Larry Turnley by offering a Thanksgiving Day dinner to people living in J.C. Napier and Tony Sudacum apartments.
And we want to show them how to be, like, how grateful it is just to be alive and to be living and just to want to show them love.
They're hoping more monetary donations will flow in.
We're looking forward to paying some people rents around here that's might be on the earth of getting put out.
Sterling wants to lead by example.
I just know I feel like I'm chosen to be the example of what comes from here, what you can be by when you leave here. You got to be a product of your environment.
And he knows you can't spell community
Bye, Miss Beverly, I love you.
without unity.
If we do it together, look at the punch. We are actually showing the example. When we showing them, we all can come together.
In Nashville,
See you.
Aaron Cantrell, News Channel 5.